In this video I will be drawing a Roblox avatar being eaten by another one, and then I am going to send this drawing to the original author of the avatar. The first avatar reminded me of chocolate ice cream, and so that's what I went for, a guy holding an ice cream, but the ice cream was the face of this Roblox avatar screaming in pain and agony as he was about to get eaten by a giant monster. I like drawing Roblox avatars, this is fun. I like drawing cones because I think they look really good without having to add much detail. As I have stated in other videos, I have a big problem with making a sketch that is insanely clean and similar to the final product, which defeats the entire purpose of having a sketch in the first place, because I think I could jump straight into line art and I would probably make a drawing that is just as good as the final one. That is in most cases, of course that sometimes you do need a sketch, but for drawings as simple as this one, I probably didn't need one, but I still used one. I wanted to make the background character, the one that's eating the ice cream, as simple as possible, because if I added a lot of really interesting clothing or a bunch of colors, then I think he would have attracted too much attention. And that wasn't the point was for you to look at the ice cream. I always get a picture of the original avatar and then I take the colors straight from there without changing them a bit. This is because I'm colorblind, fun fact. By this point I wanted to add some more detail to the cone because I think it wasn't good enough, it was too plain, way too plain. But I didn't know how. I tried adding these weird shadows or white lines. In the end I decided to have the ice cream melting. I think it looked kinda like the ice cream was sweating because he knew that his time was coming. I also added these little chocolate chips on top of the ice cream that I usually get IRL. And I made the cone blue because that's the color of the t-shirt. I also made some of the cone lines red for the same reason. I think it looks really original, I think it has a lot of character. Let's see what this guy thinks. Okay, so now it's time to send this guy his ice creamified avatar getting eaten by a giant blue child, because I'm sure that's totally what he was expecting. By the way, this guy asked me for a picture of my avatar and told me that he had a display tablet and that he was going to draw me. It's been more than a day since we last talked, so hi. And I will tell him I turned you into a little ice cream. And now I have to wait many hours for his response. And now begins the second drawing. For this one I wanted to draw a Kit Kat bar. And I wanted to then add a little face to it and make it a Kit Kat bar that's screaming for his life as he's being eaten alive. It was a really funny idea. I wanted to add someone actually eating the Kit Kat, but I think it would have made the drawing look extremely similar to the last one, so in the end I just added a hand that's holding the Kit Kat, and the Kit Kat is half eaten, so you can get the idea that there is an implicit second actor that is ingesting that Kit Kat. I made the Kit Kat white because the character is white. I don't know if there's white chocolate Kit Kat. I really don't know. I hope there is, because if there isn't, then I'm afraid this Kit Kat isn't canonical to the Kit Kat multiverse. It had a little hat that is not edible, because if you see it's made of the same thing as the wrapper, so I guess the canon is that he takes off the hat every time he takes a bite and then he puts the hat back on. You know, for fashion purposes. Okay, so now it's time to send the second guy his drawing. I had to double check that this was his avatar because he's the only one that didn't send me a screenshot himself. And here it is. I turned you into a little Kit Kat bar. For this one I wanted to do something really simple. You see how this character has a Red Bull t-shirt? Well, I guessed that that was because he liked Red Bull. Obviously it's because he likes Formula 1, but tell that to my past self, the drawing has already been made. So in an amazing display of originality, I made this guy a Red Bull can with arms and a head. So I guess this one isn't necessarily being eaten alive. He maybe has a kind of giant Red Bull disguise that contains Red Bull inside. So he's not in pain necessarily. I wanted to have someone actually drinking the Red Bull, but I wasn't able to get the face with the open mouth down. I also had this really cute reference of a cat in the exact same position that I wanted. And this is the final version, and now let's see what this guy thinks. And now it's time to actually send this man his drawing, and let's hope that he likes Red Bull and not only Formula 1. Please, I made you as a little Red Bull can. This is the final drawing, and this avatar wasn't actually very easy to turn into food because he was actually made of this rusty metal thing, so I didn't really know what to do with this one. It was for sure the avatar in which I was the most lost. I knew I wanted to make this one really explicit, like someone had literally beaten into it, but I didn't know who would beat into solid metal. I started with this art style in the last video and I am really enjoying it, so I may keep on doing it. I may make this my most official and greatest art style that I will forever use because I enjoy it. I think it looks really creative and unique. Also, I found this really interesting image on Pinterest that gave me the idea, the incredible idea and completely original, of making the outline stronger in some parts, and I think that really makes the drawing pop out a lot more and really makes it look like it has way more personality. That's my opinion, at the very least. I am for sure going to be applying this tactic in the future. And finally we send this man his drawing, the last one, and I hope this guy has the best reaction because I saved this avatar for last for a reason. And it seems that he's gonna respond immediately, so I guess I will have to record my reaction. I don't really do this, but he's typing, yo! He's typing again, he's typing again.
That looks fire emoji.
I think I got way cooler reactions this time around.